Today I'm going to piss off a lot of Harley owners and release a little secret that Harley might not want you to know. Harley-Davidson motor oil is nothing but fanboy bullshit for the Harley people who drink the Kool-Aid. It's time for an oil change. That oil's nice and dirty. It doesn't have that many miles on it, but it's got about a year on it, so we're going to change it out. Here's something Harley probably doesn't want you to know, and all the owners on here are going to chastise me for, but you can use regular old diesel oil in your Harley-Davidson. You don't have to buy the special stuff. All you have to do is you just have to make sure it meets CJ4, CI4, and CH4 specifications, one of those, and then you can put this oil in there, and the 1540 is an approved viscosity for this guy. I only have about 1,000 miles on that filter, so I'm only going to do the oil today. I promise you, this is straight from the manual. You can use diesel oil in your Harley-Davidson. You don't need the special stuff they sell. This costs about $15, maybe $20 for the whole gallon instead of about $10 a quart. So I'm saving about 50% on my oil change. This is the Dyna model. You've got the fill plug over there, and so we're going to take that out before we drain it. And then on this side, if you're going to change the filter's up here. You can get chrome or black. And then you've got your oil drain plug right there. First things first, you're going to want to start it up. Make sure you're in neutral. Just let it warm up for a little bit. We'll give it about 15 minutes. All right. So now that everything's nice and warmed up, this is going to go real quick, so pay attention here. You're going to pop this off, just to let air in the crankcase there. Come around to this side of the bike. Get yourself an oil pan. You've got a 5/8 bolt down there, right there. That's the one we're taking off. And then we're going to drain the oil into the pan and fill it, and we'll be good. While the oil's draining, I always check the magnet on the end of the drain plug, see if there's any metal. Get a little bit, not too bad. I'm not too worried about that. And then you look for shininess in your oil. And I don't see any shininess in there, indicating I got big metal flakes. So I think we're good to go. We'll just pop this back in. Got our magnet cleaned off there. Now we'll just throw it back together. And again, I'm not doing my filter. If you were, you just come in here, take that out. Makes a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. And you gotta wipe it up and clean it up. But without doing the filter, I got myself about maybe a little over 2 1/4 quarts out of this thing. So pop a funnel in the crankcase fill port, and we're gonna go 2 1/2 quarts in. So we'll measure down when we fill. That's 1 quart, 2 quarts, 3 quarts, 4 quarts. So we're going to come down to about that line right there, and that should get us pretty close. Now we've got some room for air. That's within the spec, but the bike's also leaning on its kickstand, and the oil's cold. So I'm just going to top off a little bit more so we get about halfway into that line. And then I'm going to warm the bike up, stand it onto its ride height, lean it back over, and check it one more time. Give her a go here. Looks pretty good. Wiped it off and did it again, and I'd say we're right about there. And that's it. Oil change in a Harley. All while wearing safety flops.